Hey there, Board Gamers, Justin Iron Paint here, and today, boom, we're going to check out some Battletech. I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel. If you are new here, please alpha strike that like and subscribe, and if you're a tuning viewer, thank you so much for tuning in to help support what I do. That said, today we have got the Battletech Force Manual Kurita that Kelly Cottle from the community here dropped off with me from Gen Con for me to kind of showcase on the channel. We're going to be doing a first look, not necessarily a full review of this because it's not a book review, but I wanted to give you guys a peek at what we've got here, what's inside, and see if this might be a product for you. All right, guys, so we're going to check out the Battletech Force Manual Kurita. Not sure which order these videos go up. I just finished filming the Davian one, so I have a better idea what to expect in this one. I will try and hold it, as always, so you guys can see the text, and I will move it up as best I can. The way I'm filming out here is a little difficult to hold that. I hope you can read it. Pause if necessary. You can read a little bit of the back. So as with the Davian one, again, hopefully I remember to put the Davian one out first. This is going to give you an overview of different things you can build for your forces, ranging from what you might put into a specific company from House Kurita, Draconis Combine, including SPA recommendations. It's probably going to have some fresh, unique pilot special abilities and command abilities unique to Kurita to help fluff them out and make them cool. And then I'm looking for the page number for the paint guide, because the Davian one had one. I assume this one's going to have a paint one. Yeah, so painting tutorial, sort of light, 130. We'll start out with that, because as a CSO artist, I think promoting the painting in the hobby is good. So here we go. So we're going to have a guide. I actually like this one a little better, I think, at first than the Davian one. Actually, no, there's nothing much different. It's visually a little different. It might have been different artists doing it. It was the way the base was presented. But yeah, very cool. Based on looking at this cursory glance and the complexity of the paint scheme, I think this is something that the average person doing Kurita Forces could probably follow. Then you got your record sheets in the back. So moving forward, we're going to have some information here, history and whatnot, various groups. And then moving forward here, I think some more of this, how to use. So that'll give you some ideas about how to use this stuff, information, what's in here. Let's get into the good of it. Pictures are nice. Also, if you're hearing this one before the Davian one, it's a $40 book. It's more than the recognition guide that I checked out, but it is hardback, so I think it's a decent value. And as you look at this, if you're coming from a 40K perspective, imagine this as like a codex. So you get your Alpha Strike book, use this with it, and the master unit list for building, and this will let you really adjust what would be generic into more specific for a faction. That's what you're going to get. So here's your various combat commands. It's going to give you recommendations on how to build them, what goes into them, some of the units they have, a little bit of history, and then you're going to have game setups, and it's going to tell you like who they'd be fighting against. And you've got some breakdowns for a whole bunch of these. And even if you are not playing specific Kurita, this might be a good resource just to give you some ideas for different types of matches and builds to set up to change up your games as you're playing Alpha Strike, which for me, for like my channel, having these books, even if I don't play Kurita, this is good just to be like, okay, I like this mission, how can I adapt it for a narrative game or for the channel? It doesn't have to be just this. So these missions is good value too. Looking at these books to see how they have their unit compositions, their special rules and stuff that they use also might give you ideas for some homebrew types of units that you might make as well. So let's zip forward a little bit because there's quite a few of these pages, and I know I'm going quick. I'm just not trying to give you guys easy access to every page. Rules addendum. Also, that's the Crockett, I think. Crockett. It's either Crockett or Flashman. I get them mixed up. I think it's Crockett. One of my favorite mechs. Super cool. So this is going to give you. We're going to get into your force buildings, your SPA, stuff like that. So this is going to walk you through force building, telling you the terms, choose an era, faction, combat commands, point levels, all that. Your unit organizations, what goes into it. So if you're building a company, 3 lances, 12 battle mechs, which is usually what I plan to paint. So walking you through how to build them, giving you some regimental organization stuff. And then, let's see. Yeah, so telling you how to assign your pilot special abilities. It'll walk you through how to do it. And then as we get over here, so this is much like the Davian book. This is giving you your environmental special conditions, enemy specializations, new command abilities. So I assume these are unique to this book for Kurita. And then you have Kurita Lance formations. So you have new formation types, which is really cool. And then I bet, do they not have a SPA, new specials, formation types? I wonder if there's a page with... Okay, so these are specific mech warriors, which is really cool. And the Davian book I was talking about, because in this chart it has a name, all the information for an Alpha Strike card, and if you can't find this guy, any of these, which I haven't been able to look, I didn't know what I was getting into this book, it's the first look. If these aren't listed on the MUL specifically, you can still go in and find that particular variant and kit one out and make the points match and give it all the stuff. You can make a custom card, so that's cool. They give you the things that you need. And then is this the SPAs? Assault Lance. It says availability. Okay. I didn't see an SPA list. Let me grab the Davian book real quick because it gave specific SPAs. Let's zip forward here and see. Rules addendum. So same kind of breakdown we just saw here to here. So special assigns pilot special abilities, special command abilities. And then we get over here. And so we've got the Davian Special Command, Kurita Special Command. We have new command special abilities, new special command abilities, new special command abilities. This one has Kurita Lance formations, so new Lance formation types. This one has a new special pilot ability, and it looks like this one I might have a little bit more on the commands. Their command is a little less, but then they have a formation difference. So different pilot special abilities added that are unique, different formation construction that is unique. So that's very cool and it'll allow you to spice them up. So if you and a buddy were playing and you got Davian Force Manual Davian and then the Kurita ones, you guys could really tailor making your forces unique. That would be very cool. And here they're going to walk you through creating the different types of lances, the unit availability and recommendations, which is nice. If you're new, this might give you some ideas on what minis to pick up, which minis to paint. We got plenty of cool looking models in here that you might want to look into and give you some ideas. And I have seen some minis in here that are ones that I might have had a hand in working on, which is really cool. And I think as we get to the end of the rules addendum, yep, we're back to the variants and information about like unique pilots and stuff like that. So, and this also got their stats down here. So very cool. I did not get too deep into the woods on this one, but I'll briefly mention it. I think the pilot special abilities, this one had a little less stuff for me to critique as this one. But I really think that integrating some of this into your Alpha Strike games should be a little easier and have a more focus. Now, I give you some page numbers, but I think it should be very explicit and not confusing and very like, this is the path to go. Maybe when I look up those pages, that'll be easy. But when I've looked at like the Chaos Campaign stuff, I couldn't quite figure it out fast. And I feel like a lot of people might be quickly drop something and go back to what's simple if they can't figure it out quickly. The issue with the pilot special abilities or special pilot abilities is they're not created equal. And they have their own points total for how many you're allowed to have and who gets it and whatever, but they aren't equal. So one pilot special ability may cost 2 and another one might cost 2, but that one that costs 2 might actually really be bumping the cost of the total unit up by a huge percentage. So I'll give you an example. I use it all the time. Range Mastery. If you take a Skill 2 Dire Wolf, which is a piss load of points, you put him on the table, you give him Range Mastery Medium, he switches his, I believe it's short range mod with his medium range mod, so he's a +0. At short range he'd be +2, at medium he's +0, at long he's +4. You sit him at medium range, playing on a 4x4, skill 2, it's a 2 for his pilot gunnery skill, +0 for the range mod, then plus TMM, averaging a 2, maybe cover. He needs 4s and 5s to hit stuff. You just delete things, right? So that's why Range Mastery is so broken. The long range isn't as bad because it just shifts your, I think it's your medium with your long, so I think you go 0-4-2 instead of 0-2-4, something like that. But that's the issue, and that one might only cost you like 2 SPA or something. It might be 3, I don't remember, but like they don't translate well. So if you were to throw medium range mastery at that pilot skill level on a Locust, right? It's skill 2 Locust with 2 damage and medium range, and you make it to where you can consistently hit. Cool, but it only costs X number of SPA. That same SPA on a Dire Wolf at 80 points at skill 2 or whatever the math is on that, is just nuking people, right? So it doesn't translate well, and then you get into the nitty gritty of this SPA is really good, and this one isn't, so then we only use this handful here, and all these pages we ignore them because of crap. I don't like that. I feel like it should be pointed differently and more easily approachable and incorporate itself into the points total for a game so that you can use them more often. I feel like some players do use them. Some of them use the formations in here, but I feel like a lot of players don't because it adds complexity that isn't easily balanced in some cases, and people abuse it, so they choose not to use it. And then for some players, they may not approach it because it feels a bit more like the cheesery of Warhammer 40k formations, and I don't think it has to be that way. So if you are using these, I think that they are cool. I think the SPAs are valid. I think the formation building is cool. I think you just need to have a conversation with your friends before you play to make sure you're both on the same page about what will be fun for you. I'm not trying to be overly critical. I think this is a great value. I think I'm probably going to buy these when they're available because I have Davian Forces and Kurita Forces, and I think it'd be fun for creating stuff for the channel. But I'm also trying to make sure what I'm doing is fun for my opponent when I can. And if I screw that up, then I reassess, try and do better next time. But I think if you start to fine-tune the rules to where you can have a little less of a conversation about what's fun and balanced and a little bit more about the rules having already accounted for some of that, it helps prevent some feelsy badsies. So, but that's me being critical of wanting this to continue to grow and improve. I think as they write more rules and release more of this stuff, it will get better. I'm very hopeful and optimistic, and I think this is a good value. Even if I have critiques on things, I think this should be more approachable and useful, or easily used by the community. I still think this is good, and as I said in the Davian one, give me my Northwind Highlanders book, give me my Wolf's Dragoons book, give me my Clan Wolf book, give me my Jade Falcon book. Start pumping these bad boys out, because I really think this, much like 40K, you get your rulebook, get your Force Manual for your primary force you're going to use. I mean, I'll buy some because my channel, but some players might just focus on one. Get that, get your force thing for your flavor. Grab your master unit list on the internet, build your lists, and go have at it. It's a small edition. It doesn't cost that much, and it really adds some flavor, and I think this is a really nice premium pickup if you want to tailor your forces for something more fun and thematic. And there you have it, folks. That is our cursory glance at the Battletech Force Manual Kurita. Hopefully it's something enjoyable for you. If I wasn't in-depth enough, I'm sorry. I don't have time to read this cover to cover to do a review, but I want to give you guys a first glance to see if this might be a product that was worthy of your attention. As always, if you have any thoughts, concerns, critiques, anything at all about this product, Battletech, the channel, anything, sound off in the comments below. Let's get that conversation started. That said, though, folks, that's all I've got for you today. As always, if you want to help support the channel, check the description down below. Any support there helps keep things going, helps fuel the channel, keep the videos coming. So I really... That said, folks, that's all I've got for you today. If you want to help support the channel, check the description down below for all the relevant links to add fuel to the fire and keep the video content coming. That said, it's time for me to go. As always, keep painting your models, keep rolling your dice, and I will catch you guys next time. If you made it this far, you're probably a viewer that already hits that like button when you see a video come up. You're probably already a subscriber, and you probably jump into the comments down below to help support the channel, to help support that algorithm. But if you're looking for some other ways to help support the channel too, make sure you check the description down below. Maybe you want to pick up some paints from Monument Hobbies. That's my paint of choice. The Pro Acrylic line is chef's kiss, good stuff. Maybe you want to check out some of the offerings from Death Designs, where I work in my day job. We got plenty of 3D printed products, as well as MDF terrain, some of the stuff that I have designed myself and we play with here on the channel. And if you're looking to bolster your Battletech ranks, miniatures, and offerings, make sure you check out Bobby from Fortress Miniatures and Games. He's one of the main supporters of the channel as well, and supporting any of these companies helps support what I do and helps to ensure that I can continue to bring content to all of you. If you want to become a super supporter, I highly recommend you guys check out the Patreon. You guys give that extra little edge to help push more content out, and I really do appreciate that. And my ultimate goal on the channel is to continue to be able to not only put out the content we have now, but to get to a point where you can put out more content later, whether that be battle reports or painting tutorials or just more rambles, anything at all. I'd like to be doing more content for you. This is something that I enjoy. I like being able to cast a light into the darkness to bring a little bit of hobby positivity to all of you and make you feel good, and also enjoy playing games myself. As we do the final sign off here, though, I do want to go ahead and switch on over and do the scroll of awesome to showcase all the Patreon supporters, the super supporters of the channel, to give them some recognition for helping support what I do. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next time.